Hey guys, so we'll be going through in this video the address and VLANs per port VLAN settings and how to modify your ports to be in certain VLANs and what certain areas mean and so on. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's go ahead. Hey guys, so here we have the address and VLANs page, and if you scroll down a bit further down, you'll have this option per port VLAN settings, and here you have my LAN ports of my MX. So if you go into security and SD-WAN, appliance status, which is this, and you'll see that I have my LAN ports. So this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's go and modify a port. So let's click on port 4 because nothing's connected to that. So here I have my port, which is enabled, port 4. I can completely disable it to stop traffic from passing into that port. And as you can see, I don't have any other options. So I'm going to set that back to enabled. So we go through two types. So we'll have trunk and access. So two types. So trunk will allow multiple VLANs to pass through that port, whereas access is configured for just one VLAN. The reason why you would use trunk as opposed to access is if trunk, if you had a switch downstream and you wanted multiple VLANs to pass through that port, then you would probably configure it as a trunk. If you had a client machine, then you would change it to an access. So let's go ahead and talk about the two different types, because you get two different options, a few different options down here. So here you have a native VLAN when you select trunk, and that is a native VLAN is essentially for clients which send traffic untagged. By default, then it will be put into VLAN 1 when it arrives at the port. When you have when you don't want people to send untagged traffic, then you can drop untagged traffic. You have an option for that. So let's, for example, say that this port is going to be, let's say, I don't know, you wanted it to finance. You change it to finance, and by default, if any client connects to the machine, when they don't tag, let's say, a workstation, which is not tagging its traffic, it will be put in VLAN 4. You could also have this option for allowed VLANs, so you could control the security of what VLANs are allowed. So if I cross that out and I only want, let's say, I want finance and I want the default VLAN to be allowed. So those are the two VLANs and nothing else is able to bypass. So those are the options when you select type to be trunk. When you change it to access, it's a bit different. So you have an option here, which is what VLAN do you want the port to be in. So when a client machine connects to this port, what VLAN are they going to be in? So let's say, again, a finance computer is going to connect into this machine, and you know somebody is going to connect that. So I'm going to configure it for a finance VLAN. And also you have this access policy, which is extra security. So if you wanted extra security where not anybody can plug in to this port 4, you can add an 802.1x server. And let's say you just added a server, and if I add a fake server, let's say, I don't know, 10.10.10.1, and let's say that's port, I don't know, 100, and the secret is, I don't know, 100, let's say. I'm just going to update that, and what I will then do is click save, and as you can see now, that port has been configured as an access port. So now you can see it's got an access policy, it's in an access port VLAN 4, and yeah, so that's essentially everything that you need to know for when you go under per port VLAN settings and you configure a port. Thank you for watching. I hope this has helped.